Remember that a product is the answer that you get when you multiply numbers together. And the numbers that you multiply can be whole numbers or they can be fractions. Now, to find the product of fractions, you're going to multiply the numerators and then you multiply the denominators. So you don't even need to find a common denominator. You're simply going to multiply the 1 times the 2 and get 2, and the 3 times the 7 and get 21. We can also write a whole number as a fraction with a denominator of 1. And we don't normally think of those as a fraction, but if I had 7 pizzas, I would have the whole pizza and it wouldn't be cut up, and I would have the whole thing. So 7 over 1 would be the 7 wholes. And now I'm ready to multiply my 7 times the 4 and get 28. And then 1 times 5 is 5. And that is an improper fraction, so I could write it as a mixed number. 28 divided by 5. 5 goes into 28 5 whole times. 5 times 5 is 25. I would have 3 left over. And remember, the remainder is the numerator, and the divisor is down in the denominator. Alright, let's try some more. In this one I have 1 times 2 is 2, and 2 times 8 is 16. I can simplify that through even numbers, so I divide by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 16 divided by 2 is 8. And right beside it I have 5 times 1 is 5, and 5 times 5 is 25. I can divide by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 25 divided by 5 is 5. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 4 is 36. Oh, I do know that 9 times 4 is 36, so I could divide by 9s. 9 divided by 9 is 1, and 36 divided by 9 is 4. Next I have 5 times 6, and that is 30. And I have 10 times 10, which is 100. I can divide by 10s and get 3/10. My next problem says 2 times 1 is 2. 12 times 2 is 24. Even numbers, I can divide by 2s. 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 24 divided by 2 is 12. And next I have 1 times 4 is 4. 4 times 7 is 28. I can divide by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1, and 28 divided by 4 is 7. So what does all of this mean if I were to actually look at it? Well, a lot of times when I think of fractions, I think of pizzas. So here I have some pictures of my pizzas. And in my first problem, I have 2 6 times 6. It means I want 6 of 2 6. Well, let's look at that. So I need 6 2/6. So let's say I have, here's 1 2/6, and there's a 2/6. So there's 2 out of the 6. And let's try another one. Here's a 2/6. And what about this one? So there's 3 of them so far. I have, here's a 2/6, here's a 2/6, here's a 2/6. So that's 3 of those. Let's try to see if we can find some more. What if I have, there's 2/6, and there's 2/6, and there's 2/6. So this gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 2/6. And if I were to write that as a multiplication problem, I would multiply 2 times 6 and get 12. And 6 times 1 is 6. It's an improper fraction. 12 divided by 6 is 2. So it means I have 2 whole pizzas. And I do. All right, let's try the next one. Here I'm saying 7/8 times 3. So I want 3 7/8. So let's see what that looks like. I need 7/8. Here's let's see if we can get my pen to work. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7/8. Let's try another one. What about, here's 1. Now we've got to go to the next pizza. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's another 7/8. And let's try another one because I need 3 of them. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. When I look at that, I see 2 wholes, and then I see, what is that, 5/8? So let's see if that works out in our multiplication problem. Put that over 1. 7 times 3 is 21. And 8 times 1 is 8. 8 goes into 21 2 times. 2 times 8 was 16 with 5 left over. So I have 2 and 5/8. And it does work. Alright, let's try one more. I need 2/9 6 times. So here's a 2/9. There's one of them. Here is a 2/9. That's 2 of them. Here is a 2/9. That's 3. Here is a 2/9. That's 4. There is a 2/9. That's 5. And we need another one. And there is 2/9. So let's see how many we got all together. Now let's try the multiplication and see if it works. There's 2 times 6 is 12. Oops. And 1 times 9 is 9. 9 goes into 12 one time. And then I have 3 left over. And that is, my numerator and denominator is a 9. So I should have 1 whole pizza, and I do. And then 1, 2, 3 out of the 9 on that next one. And it works out. So let's look at these 2 situations. Jacob is baking chocolate chip cookies. The recipe uses 3/4 of a cup of sugar. But Jacob wants to make 1/2 of a batch. So how many cups of sugar does he need? He needs half of 3/4. And I have a key word there. The word of tells me that I need to multiply. So 3/4, and I need half of that. So let's multiply. 3 times 1 is 3. And 4 times 2 is 8. And that's simple. He needs 3/8 of a cup of sugar. In my next problem, in the fridge, Hannah had 2/3 of a quart of milk. And she used half of this milk when she had breakfast cereal. How much milk did she use? Well, she had 2/3, and she used half of that. The word of tells me to multiply, and I need a half of it. So I'm going to multiply 2 times 1 and get 2, and 3 times 2 and get 6. I can simplify that, divide by 2's, and 2 divided by 2 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So she used 1/3 of a quart.